I got to wake up early this morning because I got a test to do today. And coming off night shifts, I had like the best freaking sleep ever. So I had two sleeps in one day. Yesterday, after I did my night shift, I already slept throughout the morning. And then last night, I also slept as well. So I probably averaged around, I would say, 16 hours of sleep in one day. So, wait, hang on. My math is not working. I don't know, something like that, something more than 16 hours in 2 days or whatever. And I had a dream as well, but it wasn't as funny as the other dream that I had last week with the scientist and the toilets on the island. It wasn't that funny, but it's still pretty jarring. So I went to this cafe, right? And there was this girl behind the counter, and I don't know how pretty she was, but she was all right. Well, I can't remember faces in my dream, but yeah, she was pretty. And I went up to the counter. I was buying something. What can you buy at a cafe? I was buying something specifically from her. I don't know what it was, but I was buying it. And when I came to the counter to pay for it, she said something to me, and I could not remember what she said. But I remember looking up at her, fumbling through my wallet. And when she spoke to me, I looked at her and I said, "Are you speaking to me?" And she said, "Yeah, if you're nice about it." I don't know what I don't know what happened next, but cut screen to another day. I was going to the cafe with my dad, and I wanted to see the girl again. So we went to this cafe and we were just browsing the store. Um, I just made up an excuse just so I can see her again. So we're just browsing the store, and I saw her again, and I started speaking to her, and we shook hands. For some reason, we shook hands, and she was holding my hand, and she said, "What a manly hand you have." And that's the highlight of the dream. There's so many other scenes, but I cannot remember. For the life of me, I could not recall the scenery and the faces and the conversations, the other stuff that happened in my dreams. Those were the ones that stuck out to me, so I remembered them. Seeing this girl, and she said I got manly hands. And now I'm doing this voiceover of my bench press footage, and I do not have manly hands at all. In fact, I do not have a manly body. Um, Look at how weak my bench press is. Look at how uneven it is. So I went to the gym today. For some reason, I just, after the test, I just wanted to bench press. So that's what I did. And obviously, I can't bench press heavy. You can't do that every single day. That's not gonna build your strength in any shape or form. So I thought maybe I'll just go in the gym and I'll do some bench press, some light bench press, just to prime my body and get my technique dialed in. So I picked a weight that is easy enough to do for 10 sets of four. Now I keep the reps low because I do not want my technique to, break it down too much. Because I've noticed that when I do sets of 10 and stuff like that, on my volume days, my technique gets really sloppy towards the end, in which I give up on staying tight, and I don't want that because my ultimate goal with the bench press is to lift heavy ass weight, as heavy as possible, and for that I have to get my technique dialed in, and the only way in which I can keep the form intact is by keeping the reps low. But how do I keep my volume up so that I can, hopefully build something, build some muscle? I am forced to do many sets with low reps in order to keep the volume somewhat useful. So yeah, that's what I did. I did 10 sets of 4 with 70 kilograms. The first couple of sets felt really off, very uneven. When I look back at the footage, it's very uneven. One side, it's the right side always dips lower than the left, and I don't know what it is. I think it's just a tightness problem, and I need to cue something in order to get my right side to catch up to the left. And probably I need to cue, leading with my right hand. Yeah, you can see here it dips lower than the left as I press up. So the pause is fine, but then yeah, it's it's a work in progress. And I don't know if this is contributing to my left shoulder pain or not, but I don't know. I just hate the look of it. So yeah, I've implemented this cue of really try tucking my feet in, and I've tried multiple foot positioning before, but today it feels a little bit tighter when I tuck the feet you know towards my head a little bit more, rather than keeping my feet so damn far out in front of me. So I'm gonna stick with this and just gonna build on it, and not change my form way too much. The shoulder pain isn't too bad today, and I think it's because I'm working with lighter weight and with better form. And I really focused on, depressing the shoulder blades. And someone in the comment section said the other day, I need to warm up my rotator cuffs and rear delts a bit more. So before I bench press today, I also did some external rotation with the cable machine, like turning my hand out, really trying to engage the external rotation, shoulder muscles, and it seems to help somewhat. The other thing as well is that I try not to sink the bar too much down into my chest. But yeah, I don't get shoulder pain anymore, but looking back at the footage, it's still not perfect yet. It's still very, I don't know, just uneven in general. Maybe one shoulder is more tucked than the other. I have a feeling that it is the left shoulder that is more tucked than the right shoulder this time. And I don't know how to fix this other than to tuck the right shoulder more, which will inadvertently, I don't know, maybe put more strain on the left shoulder. I don't know what I'm doing. How did the test go? The test went all right. I think I did pretty well, to be honest. I studied on the night shifts. Oh, look at this set. I think this is my last set of 4. And out of all the sets, this one looks the best in my opinion. It's the least uneven, but it's still very uneven. The right shoulder just gotta come up a little bit quicker. I mean, the right side just gotta come up a little bit quicker. Yeah, it's a work in progress. I think next session in I will, actively think about leading with my right arm, just so that the bar is going to be a little bit more even. I also just messaged a guy from this gym. He's also a coach. I think I'm going to be spending a few sessions with him just working on my bench press technique. I've put off the idea of hiring a coach for a very long time because it's an ego thing, when I say that I coach myself, it's an ego stroke. But I feel like I can only go so far with the knowledge and experience that I have in the gym. At some point, I will need to outsource it. Looking up to the people with more experience than me, and learning from them. Doesn't matter how old, how young they are. The fact of the matter is they are better than me, and I need to put my ego aside. I have a huge ego. By the way, if you haven't noticed yet, I just need to put that aside and, seek out people who are better than me and learn from them rather than, just relying on my own faculty, which there is nothing wrong about that. But at some point, if I want to go beyond what I know, then I need to be open to other people's ideas. And yeah, that's why I'm thinking I'm going to be working with him for a few sessions. It's not going to be like a personal trainer type of thing because a lot of people, they spend, I'm going to be honest, they spend way too much money on coaches. And you're going to be the one who needs to do the work. And no matter how good your coach is, at the end of the day, you're the one who's going to put in the work. And so I still believe that you should be the one doing most of the work, and the coach is just there to guide you and, giving you new perspectives and coming up with different ideas to troubleshoot your issue. And my issue at the moment is that my left shoulder is in pain, my bench is uneven, my form is bad in some way. It's very unstable, and out of all the lifts, this is the most unnatural lift for me. And I do not think that I have hit my limits. I don't think I even have a limit. I don't think anyone has a limit. You don't know what your limit is. And so, yeah, I'm going to be working with a coach, and hopefully, I will get better. Anyways, that's all for today. Thank you for listening to me. Stay strong. God bless. And I'll speak to you soon.